Good afternoon, Shabbos, everyone. Parshas Chukas-Balak in Chutzlaris, Parshas-Balak in Eretz Yisrael. We come together. It's Shabbos of Bais Tamuz, the celebration of the liberation of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, which was imprisoned for his Mesiras Nefesh, self-sacrifice for Torah mitzvah, specifically in Jewish education and in family purity. So it's a big Shabbos of Geula, of redemption, like the previous Rebbe says. It's not just a redemption for me; it's a redemption for anyone who considers themselves as part of the Jewish people. And in 1978, the fascinating Farbrengen, the Rebbe spoke about Motzei Shabbos, Saturday night, of Parshas Balak, and also Bais Tamuz of that year, where the Rebbe brings down the Rambam that quotes about Mashiach, that the Rambam brings as a source of a prophecy of Mashiach of this week's Parsha in the blessings and the prophecy of Bilam HaRasha, that he talks about the Mashiach. And the Rambam quotes four verses. And the Rambam explains how each one of the verses are attributed to both King David and to the Mashiach. And the reason why we have four verses are because the Rebbe says it's connected to the four stages of Mashiach, who Mashiach is, Mashiach's learning of Torah, Mashiach's influence of Torah, Mashiach's fighting the wars of Hashem, the Mashiach's influence on the entire world to recognize a single Hashem, single God. And each one of those verses represents a different stage of the coming of Mashiach. And each one the Rambam attributes both to King David and Mashiach. And the question is why? Why do we have to mention about King David? King David happened. Let's talk about what Mashiach is. And the reason is because when a person sometimes has a prophecy about something that's so outside of the box, redemption, to getting out of, especially after 2,000 years, both a personal redemption and a general redemption, sometimes we have a hard time believing. So when we mentioned every single stage of the coming of Mashiach, we attribute that same thing happened to King David. So we're able to look back and say, if it happened to King David, surely it could happen to us as well. And each stage of Mashiach, it happened already once, so it's going to happen. The question is, why do we have to have that belief? Why is it important for the Rambam to enhance the belief of Mashiach? Let him just tell us about Mashiach. And the reason is because in order to really actualize a blessing of Hashem and to bring it to its fullest and to bring it fast, by believing in something, creating a vessel, and part of the creation of a vessel is the belief in the blessing, that creates an opportunity for the blessing to happen and to happen faster. And therefore, the Rambam wants to tell us that if you have any doubt, if you're lacking in your emunah of Mashiach, by seeing that it happened already with King David, it's going to happen surely now as well. And the Rebbe says, but the vessel has to be also part of what the blessing is. And what are we talking about over here? Redemption, both in our own life and both as for the world and for Klal Yisrael. And so, therefore, in order to make a proper blessing and a proper vessel for the coming of Mashiach of redemption, a person has to bring redemption now into their lives. And redemption means to get out of your space, get out of your limitations, get out, if you learn more. When it comes to Jewish education, make that a priority. Whatever it is within your Torah mitzvahs, you have to really implement redemption in your life. And when your vessel for the coming of Mashiach, of your own redemption and the coming of Mashiach, is through your behavior of redemption, that will hasten the redemption, and may it be speedily in our time, both personally, that each one of us should find what we need in Gesund, and in Parnasa, and in Nachas, and all the brachas that we want to have are true Geula, and so too the great Geula of the coming of Mashiach B'kar of Good Shabbos.